So I've played around with my setup a little bit, so let me know if the audio sounds better in this location because I have a microphone right over here, so hopefully it sounds a little better and not as echoey. Today we are going to be ranking horror villains. I have 30 villains here picked out, so hopefully your favorite is in this video. Obviously not every horror villain will be included in this because there's a villain in every horror movie, kind of, sort of, that is like a being or an entity that I could include, but I'm just not going to include every single horror villain. So hopefully you'll take 30. We're going to rank them in a tier list and sort them into different categories based on my opinion. Feel free to share your ranking system of these horror villains in the comments. So before we get into the tier list, I just want to thank Shudder for sponsoring this video. Shudder is of course a premium streaming service for all things horror, thriller, and suspense. Their collection includes blockbuster hits, horror classics, and original and exclusive content such as Tigers Are Not Afraid and their Creepshow series, which season 2 premieres on April 1st, and I am so excited. Some of my favorites on Shudder, if you don't know where to start, are Super Dark Times. I recommend going in blind to this one, VFW, and of course the Shudder original Host. If you have not watched it yet, this is the time. Please do it. You can stream Shudder completely ad-free on all of your devices, including iPhone and Android, Xbox One, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, and Google Chromecast, all for $5.99 a month or $56.99 per year. Or of course, you can try Shudder for 30 days for free if you go to shudder.com and use my code POSSESSED30. All right, now let's get into the tier list and ranking these horror villains. Now, some of these are not bad horror villains. You know, there's a spectrum of villains that are technically bad, but I think a lot of times as horror fans, we tend to root for the horror villains sometimes. And I think my categories will exhibit that. So we're just going to do 5 tiers here. And the first one is going to be, please kill me. These ones I would be honored if they came after me. Next category, we have wouldn't press charges if I survived. These would be understandable attacks or people trying to kill me. I don't know, just I wouldn't press charges. The next category, I'm gonna say I'd probably survive. That's a little cocky, I think, for some horror villains, but we'll see. We'll see who falls into that category. The next category is kill at all costs. Otherwise, this is the category known as no thank you. I don't want to deal with you. Please leave me alone. Or I'm gonna try to kill you first so I don't have to deal with you. And then lastly, is this a joke? I think there are such a thing as horror villains that are kind of comical, and ones that are silly that I would just not even care if they came after me because I'm pretty sure I would win. All right, so let's import our first killer. Who's it gonna be? Bagul from Sinister. This one is just a no. I don't want to deal with you. Kill at all costs. Please leave me alone. You're horrifying to me. Sinister is such a scary movie and I think kind of underrated. A lot of people find it really horrifying, but I just don't want to be messing around with Bagul. He wouldn't come after me because I'm not a child, but kill at all costs. Chucky, the famous Chucky, love him. I think you might know where it's going. You want to try to guess? Is this a joke? I know, he is a legit killer. People underestimate him because he's a doll. People are like, oh, he's just a doll. Why can't you just like kick him across the room? Which is, you know, what I kind of think, which is why he's in this category. The movies are a joke. I mean, in a good way. They're like comical, you know, like funny. So that's why he's going into that category. Next up, we have Valak, the nun. No thank you. She's scary. Kill at all costs. Not fucking around with Valak. Nope. I need to get Bagul to like fit in this thing, but he keeps getting a little too big. The perfectionist in me is really wanting to line these killers up and it's just killing me that they're not perfect. Anyway, next up we have Michael Myers. Where am I gonna put you? You know, he's a misunderstood creature. I don't think I'd survive. I'm gonna put him and wouldn't press charges, you know? I get it. I'm just in his way. I wouldn't press charges. I don't know if I would survive in order to be able to even press charges, but he's going there. Ghostface, which we know is multiple people. I'm gonna be a little cocky with this one, I think, and I'm gonna put, I'd probably survive. I don't know. What do you think? Probably not. Jason. I know exactly where he's going. He's one of my favorite villains of all time. Would not press charges. I understand his angst and his need for revenge. So, you know, wouldn't press charges if I survived. I don't think I would survive Jason, to be honest. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about it. Candyman, played by Tony Todd. I'm gonna put him in Please Kill Me. Anyone else just have a crush on Candyman? Is that just me? John Kramer, aka Jigsaw, I guess. He's a hot mess. He needs to get his stuff together. I'm too much of a baby, I think, to survive any of his saw traps, so I don't think I'm gonna be too cocky and put in I'd probably survive. Kill at all costs. He puts way I mean, is he a murderer? There's a large debate on that, obviously, if he's ever actually killed anyone. I just don't want to have to deal with the saw trap ever in my life. Like, that sounds traumatizing, so no thank you. Pinhead. I'm not a huge fan of the Hellraiser movies to begin with. This one, I don't even know where to put it. Kill at all costs. I think they're a little too demented and weird for me, and I don't want to deal with them. So any of the, what are they called? I forgot what the people in Hellraiser are called, but you know what I'm talking about. Samara Morgan, or Sadako if you want to go the original Japanese version. Obviously, actually, I would probably survive. I know 100% I would survive Samara because I would just take the role of her mother, much like Naomi Watts did or Rachel did. So 100% I'd survive, but I'd be honored if she came and visited me. So I'm gonna put her in Please Kill Me because please come over, come through my TV. You know, we'll watch some VHS tapes together. It'll be a good time, but I would probably just take the role of her mother. So I'd probably survive anyway, but you can come kill me too, it's fine. Freddy Krueger. No, just no. Kill at all costs. No thank you. The whole thing of him like visiting me in my dreams, I don't need that in my life. My dreams are hectic enough, and I feel like I need sleep so much. Like, I sleep 9 hours a night guaranteed, and I need that, and so I wouldn't be able to defeat him. So kill at all costs. Don't want to deal with him. No thank you. Pennywise. Honestly, don't think I'd survive, although maybe I would outsmart him because obviously he just uses your fears to kill you because he feeds on that fear. Granted, again, I'm not a child, so I probably wouldn't be his target audience or his target meal, if you will. I don't know. But he can go and Please Kill Me. I think that goes without saying for a lot of people. We love a Pennywise. I'm going with modern Pennywise. Tim Curry Pennywise, I would probably put in Kill at All Costs, or I'd probably survive. One of those. But modern Pennywise, Please Kill Me. Art the Clown. Oh my gosh. He's horrifying. I'm sorry. Art the Clown is one of the most original, horrific villains that we have gotten in the last decade. Kill at all costs. Don't know. Have you seen the way he kills people with like the hacks? Nope. Leatherface, one of my favorite villains of all time. He's in obviously Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and that's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. So wouldn't press charges, you know? I feel like a lot of the classic horror villains are pretty misunderstood and like, or at least understandable of their like choice to murder, except for Michael Myers. Maybe he should move, actually, because he does kind of just kill at random. There's really no explanation as to why he really kills and does what he does. So I don't know about him. Maybe we'll just leave him there, but he probably doesn't belong there. But Leatherface, I understand. He's a tortured soul. He has a lot of family trauma, so you know, I get it. Good old Sam from Trick or Treat. I'm gonna put Sam in Is This a Joke? Again, it kind of is the same category as like the doll thing, because he's kind of like a doll. He's not like your average doll killer or anything, but I'm putting him in Is This a Joke still. I mean, I love him, but he's not my favorite parts of Trick or Treat. So Annie Wilkes from Misery. She's one of my favorite horror villains of all time, and given that she's a Scorpio and I'm a Pisces, I feel like we'd actually get along. So I'm gonna put her in I'd probably survive, because I'd write that book for her. I'd do it. I mean, if she's feeding me and taking care of me, then yeah, I'll write it. I don't know about hobbling my ankles, but you know, we get through it. Jack Torrance. I mean, is it really his fault that he got possessed by the hotel, the Overlook. Someone even suggested I include the Overlook Hotel as a villain in and of itself. In that case, I'd include the Dolphin Hotel from 1408 as well if we're doing buildings. But I think we'll just go with Jack Torrance, even though technically it was the Overlook Hotel. I don't know, for this one, I feel like I'd probably survive. You know, I'd get out of there. He doesn't, no offense, but he doesn't seem like that difficult to beat. Hannibal Lecter, I don't know about him. I'm gonna put him at kill at all costs. He's just demented, you know? He's just a little too much for me. Don't want to deal with him ever, so kill at all costs. I'm really filling up that category, so we might have to do some rearranging here. Next up, Jennifer Check from Jennifer's Body. Obviously, please come kill me. I mean, obviously. Next up, the Strangers family from The Strangers. I guess that's what you would call them. I'm not a huge fan of this movie. Obviously, they just attack random homes and kill people in their homes for fun. I'm gonna say, is this a joke though? Because although I don't want to mess with them, they're just, why are you doing what you're doing? Like, I'm calling the police. I mean, obviously in the movie it's not like that easy to escape them. If they got in my house, I don't know if I would survive, not gonna lie. But is this a joke? Just because, like, what are you doing? Pyramid Head from Silent Hill, one of my favorite villains. And actually, well, it's not my favorite villain from Silent Hill, I would say, but definitely up there, and please kill me. I hope everyone else can relate to the category of please kill me. You know what I'm saying? We got Alien. That's no. Would not survive, kill at all costs, get rid of it, do what you need to do, because it is gonna, no, it's just, I don't want to deal with it. Aliens are scary because they're so unpredictable. You don't know what they're capable of. Esther from Orphan. I don't know what category to put her in because I would probably survive. I mean, I know, well, spoiler alert for Orphan, if you haven't seen it yet, just skip forward a couple seconds. I know she's like a grown woman and all, but she's the size of a child. So I would probably survive. I would survive her, but I'm gonna put her in as this a joke because if she's coming after me, like, I don't know why. And she is very scary and manipulative, but I just feel like I could take care of business with Esther and I wouldn't have to deal with her. The Invisible Man. This is the I'm moving shit around. The modern Invisible Man, of course, the remake that came out in 2020. Yeah, this one I know I'd probably survive. I don't know why. I just have a feeling I would survive the Invisible Man. I know he is invisible, and people would probably look at me like they did Elizabeth Moss in that movie, but I just have a gut feeling that I would survive him. I don't know. Red from Us. Now, I don't know if I would necessarily be battling Red herself because obviously she is not my doppelganger that lives under the earth. So if I had to battle my twin that lived beneath me, I don't know what I would do. That is a fear. Like, I would be horrified if this was real and second me was trying to take over, but you know, I wouldn't press charges, I think, because it's myself and I don't want me to go to jail or to be killed or anything like that. Even if it is my doppelganger, I don't think I would try to kill her or send her to prison for life. So I'm gonna put wouldn't press charges. If it was Red, still probably wouldn't press charges, but yeah, I'm assuming it would be more like me, like my twin. The Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth. Horrifying. This creature, I mean, this is the whole reason why that movie is actually a horror movie. So I'm gonna put, I'd probably survive. I don't want to deal with him, but you just don't eat the food. Don't eat the food and you'll be fine. And I feel like I could do that even if I was like feeling a little peckish or hungry. I feel like if he was sitting in front of me at that table and someone said, do not eat the food or else he will kill you, no problem, no question, I'd survive. The Thing. Oh my God. If this was reality, again, dealing with another alien situation, kill at all costs. That's my last spot for that list. So hopefully the others can fit into the other list somehow, but I'm not dealing with aliens at all. No aliens, never kill them, please, before they take over. Actually, I don't want to say that because if it was real and aliens invaded, I don't know if I'd be for like killing them all. Like, that seems a little harsh, you know, like District 9. I'm not for that, you know. The Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. I don't really talk about Jeepers Creepers anymore on this channel for obvious reasons. I've done a whole video on why I will never watch Jeepers Creepers 3. I just don't support the franchise. I know there's lots of issues in Hollywood in general, and if I'm boycotting one movie, why don't I boycott them all? But it's just something about the director of Jeepers Creepers. I can't enjoy the movies anymore. So for Creeper though, I will say the first time I ever watched the first movie, I laughed when the wings came up. You know, when he like gets hit by the car and stuff and the wings come up, I laughed because I'm like, is this a joke? I literally said that. So is this a joke? He's not that scary to me. And like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like I'd win, and I just don't think he's that great of a villain. Kayako, I do want to put her at kill at all costs. But at the same time, I'm gonna put her in wouldn't press charges because I don't want to deal with her. It's not like a Samara situation, although they are very similar. But I guess I understand her reasoning, I guess. So I would put wouldn't press charges because I probably wouldn't. Would I move? Absolutely. Okay, this is the last horror villain. Are you ready? Annabelle, which that's kind of anticlimactic for this video. I'm sorry. But obviously she's going in, is this a joke? Because same kind of situation as Chucky. It's a doll, and I've never been scared of doll movies. I mean, Chucky I don't think was meant to be super horrifying. Annabelle was, and while I enjoy her movies, I don't think she's like a great villain in and of herself. I know she's like possessed and everything, kind of like Chucky. But I just don't see her as that threatening. So her movies to me aren't that scary. So forgive me if you love her and think she deserves to be in another. Oh my God, are they okay? Because that sounded really bad. Anyway, I'm just rambling now about Annabelle. There's my tier list of horror movie villains. Let me know if you disagree with any of these tiers or the villains within them, or if you disagree with my reasoning for any of them. Please let me know in a comment, and let me know what your personal ranking would be, or let me know your least favorite villain and your favorite villain, and which one you think would kill you and which one you think you would survive, or which one you want to kill you. Because I know I'm not alone in that category. I know I'm not alone. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.